Commander is currently the most popular Magic the Gathering format. It's meant to be less competitive by being a pool of 99 cards instead of 60 to make decks less consistent. Centering each deck around a legendary creature has led to a surge of focus on named characters in the lore. There have been more legendary creatures printed in the last 5 years of the game's history than in the 25 years before that. All of this is because Wizards of the Coast tries to pander to Commander players. This game mode, known as Elder Dragon Highlander or EDH, is meant to be a multiplayer format as well, meaning that players can gang up on other players who are too powerful. This has led to a lot of butthurt among players who have decided to apply the RPG concept of Rule Zero to their games. They discuss what strategies are acceptable and which aren't to help make the game fun for everyone. This is because Commander is not competitive. It is anti-competitive. It is played by easily offended soy boys who cry and throw a temper tantrum if they believe they were persecuted in a game. Strategies such as the quote-unquote group hug strategy only exist in Commander to make all the players feel good and feel like they played out their strategy until someone casts a planar cleansing or their infinite combo goes off and they win. This, mixed with the endless ranks of new Commander options as Wizards of the Coast prints more and more legendary creatures, many of which from other franchises thanks to universes beyond, makes the game feel like a wholly separate entity from Magic 10 years ago. The lore of Magic is now a ceaseless parade of new mulatto woman girl-boss characters alongside blackwashed Lord of the Rings characters as well as characters from Doctor Who and Fallout. All of these franchises have been paused beyond belief, so Wizards of the Coast uses them for easy money. And they sell well. And the focus on characters feeds perfectly into the Commander format, which has taken over game stores. Standard format has had the life choked out of it by terrible design decisions, but even more so by the alternative of EDH. Modern has been decimated by Modern Horizons set that turn it effectively into a rotating format, so disgruntled players can easily hop to EDH. And Legacy and Vintage are of course too expensive for most to even play, but a lot of Commander decks aren't much better. First of all, EDH allows cards like Sol Ring that are banned in every single other format. There are all manner of moronic strategies allowed in EDH, and between tutors and similar cards, combo decks are still viable with the huge card pool available. The game is still pay to win, even if you don't want to play quote-unquote CEDH or competitive EDH, you can still expect to spend a couple $100 on a deck. Varying power levels require there to be a pre-game hugbox discussion, where everyone agrees not to try too hard, or they'll make one of the soy boys' transgender polyamorous girlfriends have an anxiety attack. The Commander community is mostly occupied by pudgy, balding soy boys who eat too much DoorDash takeout and work in shipping and receiving for $35,000 a year, driving a Honda Civic and renting with several roommates. But from these progenitors, it has spread to the community at large. Talk to any Magic player now, and they may have used to play Standard, but now they play this format to the exclusion of all else. Commander has completely taken over Magic, because Wizards of the Coast has failed to make the game fun and allowed it to be supplanted by an alternate game mode meant originally as experimentation. You can view this as a victory of grassroots community building, or you can more accurately view it as a community being ruined by a company's terrible decisions and pandering to a game mode meant to make the game even more complicated for newcomers, the most popular. The reason that Standard has so few keywords is to make it easy for new players. Yet most new Magic players hop straight into EDH, with so many keywords and rule systems that the average new player would be completely overwhelmed. Yet Wizards doesn't care, because PayPigs will buy a 4-card secret lair for $30 that is probably as cheap to print as a single booster pack. They will pay $40 for 4 foiled cards that will curl like Pringles potato chips. They will pay for soulless Marvel slop rip-off cards, or pay $120 for a limited-time collector's edition Warhammer 40K deck. These people are who Commander is focused on buying 99 cards instead of 60 for each deck, for collecting as much as playing. And Commander allows them to print these legendary characters from other franchises and inspire even more money to be spent. Is it sad? Perhaps. For those who remember the days before Commander took over Magic and remember how the game once was, it might be, but there isn't much to be done about it. Commander is Magic now, for better or worse.